Assalamu alaikum. I am Iza Tariq from UMT, MS Chemistry first semester. My presentation topic is Microelectromechanical Scanner Technology in Cardiology, Application in Heart Failure, Management focusing on cardio microelectromechanical devices. Firstly, we see abstract. Basically, abstract. In this abstract, we discuss the what is heart failure and what is the symptoms of the disease and what is the scanners and what is the microelectromechanical scanners, which microelectromechanical scanners can be used by this disease. Heart failure is a complex clinical syndrome associated with significant morbidity, mortality, and healthcare cost. It is characterized by various structures and or functional abnormalities of the heart, resulting in elevated in cardiac pressure, inadequate cardiac output at a rest or during exercise. Introduction. Heart failure affects millions of people worldwide and possesses a substantial burden on healthcare system. The global occurrence of chronic heart failure is approximately affect 1 to 2%. Basically, it is in daily life, in a daily 1 to 2% people ratio can affect this disease. And advancement in cardiovascular disease management offered acute decompensation. On the top of previous research indicate that recurrent hospitalization for decompensated heart failure are linked to deterioration myocardial and renal function as well as poorer survival outcomes. In recent years, the landscape of heart failure management has witnessed a significant paradigm shift with the advent of remote monitoring techniques aimed at early detection. Compass HF Compass HF Compass HF is trial is a notability identify and diastolic arterial pressure. Compass HF Compass is a type of a microelectromechanical scanner and it is used in a heart failure. And it is identify and diastolically arterial pressures, monitoring of pulmonary arteries pressure as a potential indicator for symptoms of heart failure. Another type of a scanner which is used in a heart failure, Abbott INC Atlanta GA services as a micro electromechanical sensor designed to assess pulmonary artery pressures and detect changes related to fluid. Overloaded in a timely manner, expanding clinical research support the effectiveness and the safetiness. Cardio microelectromechanical scanners. Another type of is a passport German passport HF. German passport is a type of a scanner and it is which is used in a heart failure trial. It currently investigated the role of the microelectromechanical sensors in patients with heart failure. Classified as a New York Heart Association Class 3 aiming to enhance outcomes and monitoring the subgroups of patients more effectiveness as a previously described sensor three-dimensional coil facilitates wireless communication with external electronic system through electromagnetic coupling. The sensor transmits resonance frequency variations to the eliminating the need for an abroad battery. The cardio microelectromechanical system heart failure system comprises a delivery catheter, hermetically sealed implantable wireless sensors, and an electronic system for data transmission and analysis. At the core of the system lies the wireless sensor designed for permanent implantation into a distal PA. Basically, cardio microelectromechanical system is designed in this way that it is a permanent implantation into a distal pulmonary artery pressure. The pulmonary artery sensor comprises a three-dimensional coil and a pressure-sensitive capacitor, both housed with two wafers of fused silica. Measuring this assembly is involved a medically grade silicon. Then, firstly discuss what is heart failure. Hemodynamically monitoring guided therapy in heart failure help decrease Hospitalization and measuring pulmonary artery pressure can be used to assess the volume status of the individual in heart failure. Cardio microelectromechanical system is used for optimization of volume status with the guided medical therapy in management of H2. Champion trial. Champion trial is a scanner was a prospective parallel single-blinded multi-center study that enrolled participants with NYHA class 3 HF symptoms with the historically of admission to hospital due to heart failure. This study showed a significant reduction in hospitalization due to heart failure exacerbations in a group when monitoring of pulmonary artery pressure was used to guide therapy. Rate of hospitalization were reduced in the treatment arm group by 33% and were was the 47% lower mortality rate when compared with the control group. Furthermore, subgroup analysis of a champion trial, meaning is revealed. This is a champion which is used in a heart failure scanner. After the scanner used in a 47% molarity rate which reduced the patient, decrease in heart failures. Then furthermore, our retrospective analysis showed 48% reduction in heart failure, exacerbation, admission in pulmonary artery pressure, monitoring guiding therapy. The USA FDA is a food development authority, granted approval for ST judge to distribute cardio microelectromechanical system for implantable hemodynamic monitoring. Champion trial has shown that the sensor can lead to better hemodynamic management of patients with preserved ejection fraction as well as an application lead to lower rate of hospitalization when compared to standard therapy. Benoli and colleagues argued that even though symptomatic management of heart failure can help in some cases if caught early and prevent hospitalizations. But what is microelectromechanical system? Microelectromechanical system is the abbreviation of MEMS, represent a new technology characterized by miniaturizing of mechanical and electromechanical elements through microfabrication. Thus, elements compact devices and structure with critical physical dimensions ranging from below 1 micron to several meters. The nomenclature of MEMS varies across regions while they are predominantly referred as microelectromechanical system in the United States. Other parts of the world may use terms such as microsystem technology or micro machine devices. Basically, microelectromechanical scanner is a device which is designed as the used for the health department and which is designed as a this is a graphically data show the patient history. Microsensors in a particular play a vital role by converting measured mechanical signals to electric signal. Microsensors is a particularly play a vital role measurement mechanical sensors into electrically signals. When the scanner is applied into a patient, so its mechanically signals convert into electronic signal. Basically, principle of microsensor, which is used to convert the mechanical sensors signals into electrical signals, thereby facilitating the collection and interpretation of crucial data. In recent decades, the fields of microelectromechanical system has witnessed remarkable progress in the development of microsensors spanning a wide range of sensing modalities including temperature, pressure, inertial forces, chemical species, magnetic fields, radiations and beyond. This figure this figure show the this figure show this is a figure of microelectromechanical system. This is a panel 1 panel of show the longitudinal bond and this panel 2 show the cross sectional. It is a only one figure but this panel 1 show the longitudinal axis and panel 2 show the cross sectional area of this figure. In the panel 2 we see the two components A and components B. Component B consists of two capacitors, and this capacitor can be different by air gap. And the third component is C. The third component C and consisting of two loops, and two loops consist of nitokin wires. When the when the air gap between two components are reduced, the current change the path, and it's convert into the cross sectional and it's convert into the wire in the cross sectional area. The capacitor consists of two conductive segments separated by an air gap. Application of pressure on these segments deform the outer polymer sheets, bringing the conductive segments closer together and reducing the air gap and consequently changing the capacitance of the circuit. This leads to a shift in the circuit's resonant frequency, which is directly proportional to the force applied on the sensor surface. Cardio microelectromechanical system. The cardio microelectromechanical system abort device. This is a device which is used in a heart failure, and it is a microelectromechanical device has approved by food development authorities. It is an implantable sensor system designed for remote monitoring of pulmonary artery pressures in heart failure patients. The system consists of a miniature wireless sensor implantable in the distal pulmonary artery, minimally invasive procedures, and an external patient electronics system for data transmission and display. The cardio microelectromechanical system hardware system comprises proprietary sensors employing radio frequency technology for communication. These sensors are implanted using established cathode. It is a graphically data. It is a graphically data which have is a graphically data of a patient over month February to March from a patient with the cardio microelectromechanical system device. Computer store data show daily, which represented the four line green, blue, red, and purple. Green line, which is a green line, which is represented the green line, the pulmonary artery pressure, heart rate, diastolically pulmonary artery pressure. The red line present the pulmonary artery pressure of the patient, and the green line is the pressure of diastolic artery pressure. The red line present the pulmonary artery pressure, and the green line present the diastolic artery pressures, and these are the heart rate on the y-axis, and these are measurements day by day. Green line show the pulmonary arteries, and red line show the diastolic pressures, and the blue line show to the systolic pressure of this patient. Then application. The cardio microelectromechanical system is a wireless pressure sensitive device that uses microelectromechanical system technology. This device consists of an implantable heart failure sensor, a delivery catheter, and an electronic monitoring unit. Using right heart catheterization and local anesthesia, the device is implanted in the distal pulmonary artery. It is composed of a coil and capacitor enveloped by a seed silica capsules covered by silicone, which forms circuit that resonates at a specific frequency. The change in pulmonary artery pressure applied on the sensor results in change in the frequency of resonant waves. The device measures the pulmonary artery pressure by ambient atmospheric pressure change detected by its barometer. Cardio microelectromechanical system does not have any batteries or leads, and it is powered by an external antenna in the form of radio frequency signals. Now some describe complications. The device has undergone rigorous evaluation in clinical trials and post-marketing surveillance assessing safety profile. Nobody finding for the Champion Heart Failure Trial, the vital American multicenter study played a crucial role in obtaining Food Development Authority approval for this use in the USA. In the Champion trial was include 575 implant attempts. Champion trial basically it seemed that Champion trial is a scanner which used 575 implant attempts. We use Champion scanners and 575 implantable procedures in heart failure. The safety profile of the cardio microelectromechanical system device was established. Among the decomparative serious adverse events were groin hematomas, epictas, hemoptysis, unplanned, prolonged hospitalizations, recurrence of atrial arrhythmia, fever, pulmonary thrombosis, cardiogenic shock, chest pain, and delivery system failures requiring interventions. Post-marketing surveillance in the USA as a reported in the manufacturer and user facility device experience database further provided insight to real-world safety outcomes over the initial 3 years following Food Development Authority approval. More than 5,500 cardio microelectromechanical system heart failure implants were performed across the United States. It means in the USA 5,500 cardio scanners हैं which is used in a heart failure. Among the documented complications were pulmonary arteries injury, hemoptysis, sensor malfunctioning, failure of displacement, bleeding infection at the assessed sites, and pulmonary emulsive device thrombosis. Additionally, 22 deaths were reported which were of unknown cause or likely unrelated, while some were associated with specific complications such as pulmonary arteries injuries and heart failure. Furthermore, findings from the Monitor Heart Failure Study, a European randomized multi-center trials involved 176 cardio microelectromechanical system implantations highlighted a high degree of sensor reliability. However, device-related complications were observed in 4 patients, 2% including instances of hemoptysis and arrhythmias requiring interventions. It means 176 cardio scanners and implantation highlighting a high degree of sensors. However, device-related complications were observed in 4% patients. While adverse events and relatively rare, vigilant monitoring and management strategies remains paramount of optimizing patients' outcomes. Some discussion is about microelectromechanical system based on heart sound devices. It is a widely used in heart sound devices. The microelectromechanical scanners, heart scanner sensors were developed with a T-type sensitive microstructure comprising two main components, a bionic cilium and a central mass centricilium. Basically heart sound sensor जो होते हैं consist of a T type sensitives होते हैं and consist of main two components होते हैं. One is bionic cilium and second is central mass cantilever. When heart sound signals interact with the bionic cilium, it causes a deviation in the bionic cilium. This deviation leads to a change of fatigue on the cantilever beam, resulting in change of the resistance of the piezoresistor. When heart sound signals, when the signals interact with bionic cilium, it causes deviation in the bionic cilium. When the heart sound signals interact the bionic cilium, it causes deviation in the bionic cilium. The deviation leads to a change of fatigue on the cantilever beam, resulting change into the resistance of piezoresistor. It means when the signals are interact the bionic cilium, so the deviation can be changed by cilium, and this deviation causes the piezoresistors. The piezoresistor change of piezoresistors are typically not easily detected by signal conditioning circuits. These changes are converted to voltage change that can be detected by a Wheatstone bridge. Thus, detection of heart sound is achieved by superposing the SNR of 3200 type stethoscopes by 7.9 gigabyte. Additionally, concave racket-shaped cilium-based heart-sound sensors have been reported that replicate the structure mechanism of 3D fibers found in hair cells of humans. This microstructure consists of cilium and high-precision cantilever beams incorporating the bionic principle, piezoresistive effect, and microelectromechanical technology. The cilium base is securely attached to the center junction of the beam components, and at the same time the resistors with the same resistance are positioned beneath the area of the highest stress in the cantilever beams, creating a beadstone bridge. Some devices in this figure, some heart sound devices show in this figure. Special circumstances: pacemakers, implantable cardio defibrillations (ICDs), and ventricular assist devices are compatible with the pulmonary artery sensors and do not interface with the system performance. Furthermore, various medical procedures can be safely conducted with the sensor implanted, provided precautions are taken to prevent directly contact with the sensor. These procedures encompass radiofrequency ablation, ionization, radiation exposure, and diagnostic ultrasound. However, the impact of therapeutic ultrasound on the sensor has not been conclusively determined. Therefore, it is recommended to avoid direct contact with the sensor of the therapeutic ultrasound is deemed necessary. If implantation of both a cardio microelectromechanical system device and a pacemaker defibrillator with the right ventricle lead implant was suggestive proceeding with the cardio microelectromechanical system. Now discuss about working on microelectromechanical system in heart failure. The most notable evolution in heart failure monitoring allowing close-up out of a hospital patient has been emergent invasive sensor designed to measure in-cardiac filling pressure of their surrogates. Basically, the working mechanism is the right ventricle is used to systolically and the left ventricle is used to find the diastolically pressure. The scanner which is applied in the right ventricle to find the systolic pressures and the other scanners which apply into the left ventricle which is used to find the diastolically pressures. Many cardio microelectromechanical systems work in this mechanism. Compass heart failure trials chronically offers management offered to patients with advanced signs and symptoms of heart failure was conducted. The trial aimed to assess the clinical impact of hemodynamic pulmonary artery monitoring using the chronicle sensors in the patients already receiving optical medical care. Although the trial do not achieve its primarily clinical goal of demonstrating satisfactory. Some discussions. Heart failure management is increasingly relied on advanced technology to monitor patient psychologically parameters and guide therapeutic interventions. Among these technology, microelectromechanical as a emerge as a promising tools of heart failure monitoring. Microelectromechanical systems होते हैं are widely used in a heart failure and a cardiology. It is a widely used microelectromechanical system-based devices such as a cardio microelectromechanical system offer unique advantage in the tracking key indicator of heart failure progressions and optimizing treatment strategies. In current clinical practice, heart failure monitoring involves a combination of traditional methods and more advanced technologies. Biomarkers like type neurological retard are the cornerstone of heart failure diagnosing and help in risk stratification. Outpatient heart failure monitoring utilizes remote monitoring of symptoms through devices like smartphones and online applications. Future directions. Biomedical sensors scanners are revolutionizing medical care by offering innovative solutions for patient monitoring, diagnosing, and treatment. It means that micro electromechanical systems have changed the medical field, medical health, throughout many innovations for patients monitoring, diagnostics, and treatment. As micro electromechanical system technology continues to novel applications are emerging, transforming the landscape of healthcare delivery. Miniaturized sensors integrated into surgical instruments provide surgeons with precise feedback, enabling optimal decision making during procedures. Additionally, microelectromechanical system enable surgical tool facilitates minimally invasive robotic intervention, reducing surgical traumas and accelerating patient recoveries. The integration of microelectromechanical sensors into prosthetic device open new possibilities for personalized healthcare and enhance patients' outcomes. Long-term sensors embedded with devices such as hearing implants and retinal implants. Now at the end, we discuss conclusions. Microelectromechanical sensor represent a transformative invention in the medical field. Conclusion. Basically, the summary of the whole paper is that how microelectromechanical sensor can change the medical field are of widely uses in the healthcare, in the cardiologist, in the diagnostics, in the use in the widely used in the cardiologist scanners. It is a very easy life and it is a very safety process to the patients and never stay a patient a long term in the hospital. Microelectromechanical sensors represent in transformative innovation in the medical field, offering new capabilities of monitoring and management of health cares. Cardio microelectromechanical devices provide a novel solution of continuous monitoring and personalized intervention. This microelectromechanical system operates by measuring pulmonary artery pressures in real time, allowing clinicians to gain valuable insights into patients' hemodynamic status, recognize the early sign of fluid overload before acute cardiac decompensations in a timely manner. Now it's all about from my sides. Thank you.